Alright. Just got off the Colorful Selection podcast. Those guys are good dudes. Childhood friends of mine. And yeah, man, go check them out. I just got off of it. And they kind of inspired me to do something myself, you know. So I want to try to post content every day. If that happens, I say every day. But as of right now, Sunday nights, I want to do a short series called Campfire Stories. And as you can see, we got the campfire going. And it's like a little fire pit, but beggars can't be choosers. But anyways, I'm here with my wife. We've been together a very long time.
13 years.
13 years. And
Married for 4.
Married for 4, yeah. And I think today we're going to talk about how we met as stupid kids. 'Cause that's what we was.
Stupid kids.
The stupid kids. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
First, let me say I do not condone meeting people the way we met. And let this be a good story for parents. Monitor what your kids do on the internet.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll work. Most of the times it don't.
Just so happened it worked out for us.
Right. Just don't mean it's going to work out for everybody. You want to start or you want me to start?
You start. You're a better story starter than me.
Okay. So, I was probably 16-ish? 17?
16, like definitely going on 17.
Yeah.
And I had just turned 15.
Yeah. Because we're two years, roughly 2 years different, year and a half, somewhere in there. So it was a normal day for me. I've always had buddies in and out of my house. That's just the kind of parents I had. We always had, if you ever seen the 70s show, that's just kind of how I grew up. Always buddies in and out of my house, and that was fun for me. And this was back when MySpace was a thing. MySpace music exclusive, baby. But that was back when MySpace was a thing, and they're minding my own business, and this girl added me, and that don't typically happen much to awkward teenagers, you know. And so I was like, hey, yeah, I add her back. It just so happens it's my wife now, oddly enough. I mean, and from there, I think we talked for maybe 3 days, and then we met at the movies, and
more like a month.
Was it a month?
Yeah.
Okay, see, in my head, I always thought it was 3 days, but hey, we talked for a whole month. Then finally met, and we was together basically ever since. I mean, we've had our up and downs. I mean,
what teenagers don't.
Yeah, teenagers are just going to be teenagers, so to speak. So that's my side of things, how we initially met. So how did it go for you?
So from my perspective, number one, my parents didn't know I had a MySpace. One of my friends made it for me. And long story short, my parents were relatively strict. You know, they had pretty high expectations for me. I mean, like any parent should for their kids. So I was a little rebellious in my teenage years, and I added my husband because he was everything my parents would not like.
Yeah, and when she's not joking about that, because I had hair down to my shoulders, it's very straight, and I had piercings all in my face. 100%, baby.
And I was the poster child, like straight A, honor student, never got in trouble at school, perfect grades. So in some way, shape, or form, I had to rebel, and having a MySpace without my parents knowing, and meeting a youth such as my husband on there was my way of rebelling against my parents.
Basically polar opposites.
Polar opposites in every aspect.
In every aspect. No, like when they say opposites attract, that's we're living example
of opposites
of something
attract.
like that. Yeah.
And one day we may go more into that, but that'll be another story for another day.
Yeah. So that's all you got to add to.
That's really it from my perspective.
Yeah. And like I said, we was going through a lot at the time, and it's just crazy how you can just things happen and you walk into somebody's life, you know. And I mean, that's basically what happened to us. I mean, if you never added me that day, we never would have met.
No,
because I mean,
really.
we relatively live in a small town, but
and we knew some of the same people.
Yeah, but we've never seen each other, and didn't even really know each other existed. So it's a small world, but it's a big world at the same time. Like I said, it's just crazy how that works out, you know.
How certain events have to align for things to work out.
Yeah.
A certain way.
Yeah, it's crazy how it works out. And do you have any advice on how we made it this far? Like, what made us get this far?
A little bit of growing up. And you have to make a choice to both people, I mean, it can't be one-sided. Both people have to make a choice to make it want to work, and you've got to communicate. Sure. Even, I would say for 90% of couples, that's the hardest thing, is communicating actually what they want, how they feel. It's hard to talk about your feelings.
I agree.
Because some people have a hard time understanding exactly what they feel and articulating that in a way where it's understandable for another person.
And I think getting together so young and actually staying together helped us get over that awkward phase of talking.
Right.
You know
we grew up together. I mean, really, if you look at it, we grew up together.
I mean, you was what, 15, 16?
I was 15.
And we're pushing 30 now. We're pushing, I hit 30. You're pushing it.
Yeah.
So that's like half your life.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally at the point we spent half of our lives together.
Yeah, and that's just insane to think about. And I can't push the communication aspect. Like, what am I trying to say? Can't push it enough to talk to anybody. You know, it doesn't even have to be your partner. Just, you won't believe how much better you'll feel if you just talk to somebody.
And communicating your boundaries. What's acceptable to you and what's not.
Boundaries as well. That's a lot of reason why I wanted to start this YouTube channel, is because sometimes you don't always have somebody to talk to, even when you've been married, been together with somebody 10 years, you know. And it's almost like a form of therapy, just talking, ranting away, you know. But like I said, talking is like key to almost everything. It's not going to solve all your problems, that's not what I'm saying, but you'll feel a hell of a lot better if you just talk and just get that initial thing off your chest, you know. Because I know, like, going back to the teenage thing, if I did something wrong, you know how I sit in guilt until I would just tell somebody? It'd be something stupid too. And I would just sit in guilt because I'd be too afraid to talk. And it'd be nothing, you know? It'd be literally nothing that I felt that I put myself through hell because I was just too afraid
to talk. Or from my point of view, being too hard-headed to talk. Like, this is what I think, this is what I feel, I'm not budging, don't really care what you think, like what I'm thinking is right, your way is wrong. I was very much one-minded, like would not budge, not open-minded. And I'll say being with my husband has really helped me in that
Yeah.
aspect of not being so hard-headed.
Well, like I said, I think that kind of goes into us growing up together
Right.
as well, because a lot of people may not know this, but you hit two puberties.
you really do.
You hit two puberties. You hit one around 12 or 13, and then you hit another one around 25, 26,
Right.
depending on the person. And once you hit that age, I can't explain it, but something just clicks. And at that point, you are who you are. You are who you choose to be at that point. And like I said, growing up and communicating, that's what helped us 100%.
And forgiveness.
Forgiveness, yeah.
Being willing to forgive.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go around just having a chip on your shoulder all
Right.
the time and just...
Some things
Yeah.
are best to let go for the better good, but you
Yeah.
have to decide for yourself what you're going to let go and what things you're not going to let go.
Yeah, exactly. And going back to the polar opposites, I still believe that we're polar opposites, you know?
Right? I mean, in
Yeah.
some aspects we are,
Yeah.
as far as our temperaments.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely, I don't know, in some way you're quicker to temper
Yeah, I guess it just depends on what it is,
what
you
it
know?
is.
Because when you get mad, you're mad for like 2 days. I mean,
He's quicker to temper, but I think I have the bigger temper.
yeah.
And that's fun to navigate. But we've
Oh,
learned.
yeah.
We've
Like I
learned.
said, communication. And I don't really want this to be a life lesson channel. This just kind of the direction it went. Kind of just to give some quick advice on a winter's night next to a campfire, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, some of my favorite YouTube videos are just people sitting next to a fire and just
Talking about
talking.
life.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to give my shot at, you know. And I think it's been pretty fun so far. Can't complain about it. But yeah, sometimes you just find peace sitting next to a fire and, I don't know, man, looking up at the sky. It's a crazy thing to think about. But I think for today's episode, I think that's going to do it. Today's episode and episode 1 of Campfire Stories, baby. Like that. Yeah, the campfire's getting low, or the light is not as good. You can probably see it as it goes down. But I got up at 5 o'clock this morning to work my ass off. And I think we're going to call it a night here. Another day, another dollar, baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah. Alright, this is episode 1. My arm hurts because I'm sitting here holding this stupid looking vlogging stick up. I've been holding my arm straight this whole fucking time. But yeah, man. Keep on keeping on, guys.
Keep on keeping on. If you feel led, leave a comment. What do you want us to talk about next?
Yeah, whatever y'all want to. Like I said, I just been freeballing this. Like tomorrow I'm just gonna upload something. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something. But hey, subscribe maybe. Hit that like button. Never said that before, but fuck it. Alright, we'll see y'all.